Under the cloak of darkness, the world transforms into a realm of mystery and danger, where the shadows hold secrets and every twist of the road brings the possibility of terror. Join us as we delve into the chilling tales of those who dared to venture out into the night, only to encounter horrors beyond comprehension. From phantom hitchhikers to haunted highways, these true night drive horror stories will make you think twice before embarking on a journey into the unknown. Buckle up and prepare yourself for a spine-tingling ride through the darkest corners of the night, where danger lurks just beyond the glow of the headlights. Today we will talk about 4 terrifying true night drive horror stories. So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. 1. The Vanishing Hitchhiker. As the clock struck midnight, Mark set out on a long drive through the desolate countryside, his headlights cutting through the darkness like a beacon in the night. The road stretched out before him, empty and eerily silent, save for the occasional rustle of leaves in the wind. As he rounded a bend in the road, Mark spotted a figure standing by the side of the highway, a young woman with long, dark hair and a haunted expression. Concerned for her safety, he pulled over and offered her a ride, but she remained silent, her eyes fixed on some unseen point in the distance. Uneasy but determined to help, Mark continued driving, stealing glances at the woman in his rearview mirror. But as they neared the next town, he turned to speak to her, only to find that she had vanished without a trace, leaving behind nothing but an icy chill in the air. 2. The Phantom Car. Late one foggy night, Sarah found herself driving down a deserted country road, her hands gripping the steering wheel with white-knuckled intensity. Visibility was poor, and the thick mist seemed to swallow up the road ahead, making it difficult to see more than a few feet in front of her. As she navigated the winding road, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that she was being followed. Glancing nervously in her rearview mirror, she caught sight of a pair of headlights looming ominously behind her. A car that seemed to be matching her every move, its presence sending shivers down her spine. Desperate to escape, Sarah pressed down on the gas pedal, her heart pounding in her chest as she tried to put some distance between herself and the phantom car. But no matter how fast she drove, the headlights remained stubbornly fixed in her rearview mirror, casting an eerie glow in darkness. As the minutes turned into hours, Sarah's panic grew, her mind racing with fear and uncertainty. She couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched, that whoever or whatever was driving the car behind her meant her harm. With no other options, Sarah continued driving, her nerves stretched to their breaking point as she wove through the labyrinth of deserted roads. But just when she thought she couldn't take it anymore, the headlights vanished into thin air, leaving her alone in the darkness once more. Relief flooded through her as she realized that she was finally free from the phantom car's grip. But as she continued on her journey, the memory of that eerie encounter lingered, a chilling reminder of the dangers that lurked in the darkness of the night. 3. The Haunted Forest. As Alex drove deeper into the dense forest, the towering trees closed in around him like silent sentinels, their branches reaching out to grasp at the sky. The moon cast an eerie glow through the dense canopy, casting strange shadows that seemed to dance in the flickering light. Despite his growing unease, Alex pressed on, his grip tightening on the steering wheel as he navigated the winding road. But with each passing mile, the feeling of being watched grew stronger, a prickling sensation that crawled up the back of his neck and sent shivers down his spine. Suddenly, a figure darted out from the shadows, causing Alex to slam on the brakes to avoid hitting them. Trembling with fear, he stepped out of the car to check on the person. But to his horror, there was no one there, just the whispering of the wind through the trees and the distant call of a nocturnal bird. Heart pounding, Alex quickly got back into his car and continued driving, the darkness of the forest pressing in on him from all sides. With each twist and turn of the road, he felt as though he was being drawn deeper into a nightmare realm where reality and illusion merge into one. As the minutes stretched into hours, Alex began to lose track of time, his mind clouded with fear and confusion. Shadows seemed to move at the edge of his vision, and strange shapes flitted through the underbrush. Their presence felt more than seen. Just when he feared he would be lost forever, Alex emerged from the depths of the forest and back onto the open road, the first light of dawn painting the horizon in shades of pink and gold. Exhausted and shaken, he vowed never to venture into the haunted woods again, haunted by the memory of the strange encounter that had unfolded in the darkness of the night. 4. The vanishing road. As David drove along the remote stretch of highway, his unease grew with every passing mile. The road stretched up endlessly before him, devoid of any signs of life or civilization. Despite consulting his GPS repeatedly, the device offered no reassurance, its screen remaining blank as if it had lost all connection with the outside world. Feeling a knot of dread tightening in his stomach, David pressed on, hoping to find a turnoff or a landmark that would lead him back to familiar territory. But as the minutes turned into hours, the landscape around him remained unchanged, just an endless expanse of asphalt cutting through the desolate wilderness. As he drove, David began to notice something strange about the road. It seemed to twist and turn in impossible ways, looping back on itself in a dizzying maze of asphalt. No matter which direction he turned, the road only seemed to lead him deeper into the heart of the unknown. Growing increasingly desperate, David considered turning back, but the road behind him had vanished as mysteriously as it had appeared, leaving him stranded in the middle of nowhere. With no other options, he continued forward, his heart pounding in his chest as he braced himself for whatever lay ahead. As the hours dragged on, David's mind began to play tricks on him, conjuring up phantom images and strange sounds that seemed to emanate from the darkness beyond the headlights. Shadows danced at the edge of his vision, and the air grew thick with an oppressive sense of foreboding. Just when he feared he would be lost forever, the road ahead suddenly came to an abrupt end, disappearing into thin air as if it had never existed. With nowhere left to go, David stepped out of his car and into the void, his mind reeling with fear and confusion. In that moment, he realized that he had stumbled into something far beyond his understanding, a place where the laws of reality no longer applied, and where the boundaries between the physical world and the unknown were blurred beyond recognition. And as he stood there, alone in the darkness, he couldn't help but wonder if he would ever find his way back to the world he once knew. If you liked this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up, leave a comment, and click the button to subscribe.